What if everything you thought you knew about the Apple TV was completely wrong? For years, we've treated this little black box like an afterthought, a basic way to scroll through Netflix or YouTube. We assumed Apple had forgotten it. We thought they were content letting Roku and Amazon take over the living room. But a massive wave of new leaks has just exposed a brilliant, secret plan. Apple isn't just building a streaming device for 2026. They are building a Trojan horse. They are planning to sneak a high-end gaming console and an AI supercomputer right into your living room under the disguise of a simple Apple TV. The gaming industry is terrified. Smart home companies are starting to panic. If these new leaks are true, the 2026 Apple TV 4K will rewrite the rules of home entertainment forever. It's time to break down the insane features, the secret new chips, and the massive upgrades that make this the most anticipated release of the decade. Right now, the Apple TV 4K is stuck in the past, running on the older A15 Bionic chip. It's fast enough for menus, but Apple doesn't want fast enough. They want total dominance. Leaks from top supply chain analysts confirm the 2026 model is ripping out that old technology. The new brain of this machine will be the A17 Pro chip, the exact same monster that powers the flagship iPhone 15 Pro. This isn't a budget version, it's professional-grade graphics power. Why put a premium smartphone chip in a TV box? The answer is the biggest plot twist in Apple's hardware history. They are coming straight for the giants, PlayStation and Xbox. Apple is turning the new Apple TV into a legitimate, heavy-duty gaming console. We aren't talking about casual mobile apps anymore. We're talking about massive AAA titles. The A17 Pro features hardware-accelerated ray tracing, the holy grail of modern gaming that makes light, reflections, and shadows look incredibly lifelike. Imagine playing blockbuster games like Resident Evil or Assassin's Creed on your giant living room TV without needing a $500 console. Apple is even rumored to be designing its own premium gaming controller to bundle with this device, forcing hardcore gamers to finally take them seriously. But the gaming revolution is only half the story. Apple is tripling down on artificial intelligence. To make this happen, the 2026 Apple TV is getting a staggering memory upgrade to 8 GB of RAM. That extra space is the mandatory foundation for Apple Intelligence. Unlike other devices that wait for a cloud server, this AI lives locally inside the box in your house. This means Siri is finally getting the massive brain transplant it has needed for years. You won't just ask for the weather, you'll ask complex questions about the plot of the show you're watching or ask Siri to find a movie based on a specific, nuanced mood. It will feel like a real conversation, and because it processes everything inside your four walls, your data stays totally private and secure. To ensure this supercomputer never drops a connection, Apple is creating a dedicated networking chip called the N1. While the A17 Pro handles the thinking, the N1 handles the talking, bringing Wi-Fi 7 to the Apple TV for the first time. This offers almost zero lag and zero latency, which is crucial for cloud gaming and streaming massive 8K video files without buffering. With all this insane power, the old plastic box design has to go. Performance requires cooling, and plastic traps heat. The biggest leaks suggest a totally new physical design using high-grade recycled aluminum. This acts as a giant natural heat sink, pulling heat away from the chip so you can play heavy games for hours without the system slowing down. There's even talk of a liquid glass top finish that reflects the light from your TV, making the device look like a living part of your home theater. And yes, they are finally fixing the single most annoying thing, the remote. The 2026 Siri remote is rumored to feature a built-in speaker and a tracking chip. When it hides in the couch cushions, you just pull out your iPhone and use precision finding to make the remote scream until you find it. The software, tvOS 26, is getting a massive visual overhaul with deep personalization. Imagine sitting on the couch and the TV recognizing your face, instantly switching to your personal profile, your game saves, and your tailored recommendations. Sports fans are also getting a massive win with a new multicam view, allowing you to watch a live game on the main screen while keeping a stats tracker and a second game running in a side window. So, when does this monster hit the shelves? Mass production is ramping up for a 2026 release, with leakers pointing to either a spring launch in March or a massive fall launch in September. The pricing strategy is brilliant. Apple wants to trap everyone in their ecosystem. They'll likely keep a basic model around $159, while the high-end gaming tier will sit around $199 to $249. In my honest opinion, this is the most exciting product Apple has in its pipeline. For years, the Apple TV was just a hobby. Now, it is a highly calculated weapon. It's a technological revolution hiding in a tiny metal box, and it's going to force the entire industry to rethink the future of the living room. What if the next device Apple releases completely changes the way you experience your living room, and most people don't even see it coming? For years, the Apple TV has been treated like a small accessory. Just a simple black box sitting quietly under your television. Something you use to watch Netflix, open YouTube, or maybe stream a movie on a Friday night. Nothing exciting. Nothing revolutionary. In fact, many people believed Apple had almost forgotten about the Apple TV. Competitors like Roku and Amazon seemed to dominate the space. Smart TVs already had built-in apps. And the Apple TV slowly became something people stopped talking about. But now, something very interesting is happening. A wave of new leaks suggests Apple has been secretly working on a completely different vision for the next Apple TV 4K. And if these reports turn out to be true, this small box may soon become one of the most powerful devices in your entire home. Because Apple isn't just building another streaming device. They're building a gaming console. They're building an AI engine. And they're quietly turning the Apple TV into the central brain of your entire smart home. The current Apple TV 4K works well enough. It's fast. It's smooth. It opens apps quickly. But at its core, it still runs on the older A15 Bionic chip. That chip was impressive when it launched. But today, Apple knows it's not enough to lead the future of home entertainment. So the next Apple TV is expected to take a massive leap forward. Instead of using an older processor, Apple is reportedly planning to power the new Apple TV with the A17 Pro chip. This is the same chip used inside the iPhone 15 Pro. And it's not just faster. It's dramatically more powerful. The A17 Pro includes 6 powerful CPU cores and a graphics engine capable of handling advanced gaming features. It even supports hardware-accelerated ray tracing. If you're not familiar with ray tracing, it's one of the most advanced graphics technologies used in modern gaming. It allows light, reflections, and shadows inside games to behave like they do in the real world. The result is games that look far more realistic and cinematic. And that's where the real story begins. Because Apple may finally be entering the serious gaming market. For years, gaming on Apple devices mostly meant simple mobile games. Puzzle games. Casual apps. Things you play for a few minutes while waiting in line. But the A17 Pro chip changes everything. This processor is already capable of running major console-level games like Resident Evil Village and Assassin's Creed Mirage. And now imagine those same games running directly on your television, powered by a small Apple TV box sitting under your screen. Suddenly, the Apple TV stops looking like a streaming device. It starts looking like a gaming console. There are even rumors that Apple is developing its own dedicated gaming controller to launch alongside the new Apple TV. If that happens, the company could offer a complete gaming ecosystem right in your living room. No expensive console required. No bulky hardware. Just a sleek Apple device that plays movies, runs apps, and delivers console-quality gaming. But gaming is only half of Apple's plan. The second half might be even more important. Artificial intelligence. Apple has been investing heavily in what it calls Apple Intelligence, a new generation of AI designed to run directly on your device rather than in the cloud. And the next Apple TV could become one of the most powerful AI devices inside your home. To make this possible, Apple is expected to upgrade the device with around 8 GB of RAM. That might not sound huge compared to computers, but for a streaming box, it's a massive increase. This extra memory allows advanced AI systems to run smoothly without slowing down the interface. And the biggest improvement will likely come to Siri. For years, Siri has been one of Apple's most criticized features. It works, but it often feels limited compared to newer AI assistants. That may finally change. With the new hardware, Siri could become far more intelligent and conversational. Instead of just asking Siri to pause a movie or open an app, you might be able to ask much deeper questions. Imagine watching a movie and suddenly wondering where you've seen a certain actor before. You could simply ask Siri, and it would instantly tell you the actor's name and other movies they've appeared in. Or imagine asking Siri to find a movie that mixes comedy with mystery. Something light but still exciting. Instead of searching through endless menus, the AI would understand exactly what you mean and recommend the perfect option. Even better, because this AI runs directly on the device, your data stays private. Your voice commands don't need to be sent to distant servers. Everything is processed right inside your home. But Apple isn't stopping there. To support all of this new power, the next Apple TV may include a completely new networking chip called the N1. Think of it like a dedicated communication engine. While the A17 Pro handles processing and graphics, the N1 chip focuses entirely on connectivity. This new chip is expected to support Wi-Fi 7, the fastest wireless standard ever introduced for consumer devices. Wi-Fi 7 offers dramatically faster speeds and extremely low latency. That means smoother streaming, faster downloads, and nearly zero lag. For gamers, that's a huge advantage. For families streaming multiple videos at once, it means fewer buffering interruptions. And for the growing world of smart homes, it means faster communication between devices. The Apple TV could essentially become the central hub connecting everything in your home. Lights, cameras, thermostats, speakers, door locks. All controlled from one powerful device sitting quietly beneath your television. But with all this power packed inside, Apple may also be planning a major redesign. The current Apple TV is made mostly from plastic. It's simple and functional, but it doesn't exactly scream premium. Leaks suggest the next model could switch to a recycled aluminum body. This change would serve two purposes. First, it would match Apple's environmental goals of reaching carbon neutrality by 2030. Second, aluminum acts as a natural heat sink. It helps pull heat away from internal components, allowing the powerful processor to run smoothly during long gaming sessions. There are even rumors about a new glass-like finish on the top of the device. This surface could subtly reflect the light from your television, giving the box a soft glow that blends beautifully with your home theater setup. Instead of looking like another piece of tech, the Apple TV could feel like part of your entertainment system. But perhaps the most welcome upgrade might come to something much smaller. The remote control. Anyone who owns an Apple TV knows how easy it is to lose the remote. It's thin. It slides into couch cushions. It disappears when you need it most. Apple may finally fix that problem. The new Siri remote is rumored to include a built-in tracking chip and speaker. That means if the remote disappears into your couch, you could simply use your iPhone to locate it. The remote would play a sound, making it easy to find. No more tearing apart the living room just to press play. Apple is also expected to improve the ClickPad with stronger haptic feedback. Every scroll and click could feel more precise, almost like turning a physical dial. Small details like this might seem minor, but they dramatically improve the overall experience. And the software is getting smarter too. The next version of tvOS could introduce advanced personalization features that recognize who is watching. Imagine sitting down on your couch and the system instantly knowing it's you. Your watch history appears. Your game saves load automatically. Your favorite apps move to the front. No switching profiles. No extra clicks. The system simply adapts to the person in front of the screen. Sports fans may benefit from new multi-view features as well. You could watch a live game on the main screen while tracking stats or even another game in a smaller window. It turns the Apple TV into a complete sports command center. With gaming, AI features, and advanced streaming all coming together, storage capacity also needs to grow. The older 64GB models may disappear completely. Instead, Apple could introduce 256GB and even 512GB versions for users who plan to install games or large apps. Some rumors even suggest the possibility of external storage support through a USB-C connection. If that happens, it would allow players to store massive game libraries without worrying about space. Now the big question everyone is asking: when will this new Apple TV arrive? Current reports suggest Apple is targeting a 2026 release window. Some insiders believe it could launch in the spring, possibly around March. Others think Apple will reveal it later in the year alongside the next generation of iPhones in September. Either way, the timeline is getting closer. And surprisingly, the price may remain very competitive. Apple is expected to keep a basic entry model around $150 for standard streaming users. But the more powerful gaming version could land somewhere between $200 and $250. Considering the potential power inside this device, that price could make it one of the best values in home entertainment. When you step back and look at the bigger picture, something fascinating becomes clear. The Apple TV is no longer just a streaming box. It's becoming a gaming console. It's becoming an AI assistant. It's becoming the central brain of your smart home. All hidden inside a small device that most people once ignored. And if Apple executes this plan correctly, the next Apple TV could quietly reshape the future of living room technology. Not with a giant announcement. Not with flashy marketing. But with a tiny metal box that suddenly does everything. And the moment people realize what it can do, the entire industry may have to catch up.